stockings, you and me. Forget the shopping and the traffic jams. Forget the presents and the Christmas hams. Oh, this tangled box of Christmas lights. Where it's gonna keep me up all night. She said, hey, how about this? Oh, about give me a kiss. Tell Santa, the elves and the reindeer too. Gonna get tangled up this Christmas with you.
That's right, I've been playing the bells over here, just adding a little bit to that new release by the Swingin' Medallions. What is it? Tangled Up This Christmas with You. So there you go. How you doing, everybody? I'm Ann Eller, just channeling a little bells this morning. There you go. All right. I got a couple of musical instruments here. What else do I have here I could play? Well, I don't know. Can I play them this morning? Gotta find it first. Yep. I'm on it here today, folks. I'm learning to be a musician at this late stage of my life. Yes, sirree. Here we go. How you doing? It is cold and rainy outside. You know, I suffer from PAP. Y'all know this, right? Potty anxiety with Penny. Yes, it's true. We went out this morning. You know, you're going to get tired of hearing this. I'm hoping it'll make a change in her. Maybe she won't want me to talk about it. We go outside on the Serengeti out back here. It is soggy weather out there, as I'm sure you have discovered if you've been outside. We start on our trek, and she goes, oh, I'm going to go walk around the field. I said, no, we're going to go do our business in our prescribed place. She goes, nah, I don't think so. I don't think I feel like it right now. So we're out there for, 10 minutes, and I'm singing, come on, Penny, let's do the potty. Come on, you can do it, Penny. And she goes, nope, not going to do it. Going to make you come out after the show so we can have this much fun in the rain again. That is my life with Princess Penny. Being aware that she has not pottied yet. Now, she will potty eventually, and hopefully the potty will be outside, but, and she is, I gotta admit, she is 99% good, but you gotta be careful on days like today, because she doesn't like going outside any more than I like taking her outside. So, what kind of day is it? It's a 4A day of Penny not wanting to go outside for the potty. All right, what do we got for weather right here in Greenwood, South Carolina? It is, believe it or not, 40 degrees. Feels like 37. We're supposed to get up to a high of 53 and a low tonight of 35. Now, do we have any more rain coming in? It does look like The rain by 10 o'clock this morning will be finishing up. And then by 12 noon, we're down to just a 13% chance of rain. So looks like we are out of the rain. We might even see a little sunshine later today. So FYI, just wanted you to be aware of it. Looks like the rain is gone. What else do we have? Let's see, for the rest of the week. Wednesday is supposed to be a high of 48, low of 32. Partly sunny skies, no real chance of any rain. Thursday is a high of 53, a low of 40, and a very little chance of rain, partly cloudy skies. Friday, however, comes in with more rain. So a high of 43, low of 38, and a 80% chance of rain. Saturday is a 30% chance of rain with a high of 49, low of 37. And Sunday, parade day, is going to be a beautiful day, high of 50, low of 34, partly sunny skies. So that's what we're looking for there. That's Monday. And then on Tuesday, so that's the Greenwood parade is on Sunday. On Tuesday, it's going to be a high of 49. This is next week, and a low of 31. And that will be the day of the Burton Center Parade. In my opinion, the best parade ever. The best parade ever. Why is it the best parade ever, Ann? Well, number one, the Boombox Band will be performing. That's right. We will ask everybody who was in the parade to turn their radios to 98.5 FM and blast it. Yes, that's right. And we will we're gonna broadcast it live. I don't know. Last year I tried it, didn't work. This year I think we'll probably make it. But we are going to be broadcasting live out there on Facebook Live, so you'll actually get to see the parade. The Burton Boombox Band will be performing. I will be leading the charge out there, and all of the participants in the parade actually carry boomboxes, all tuned and locked in at 98.5, and we will proceed around the parking lot at Burton Center. So that'll be midday. I think it's at 1 o'clock. It's either 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you can be out there for the best ever parade, the parade with the most spirit, the parade with people truly enjoying themselves. We've got a lot of fire trucks, police vehicles. The Chick-fil-A cow is supposed to be there, will be there, the mayor's supposed to be there. Anybody that wants to be part of the parade can be part of the parade. If you'd like to be part of the parade, just give me a call, 864-332-9355, and I will hook you up so you can be part of the Burton Center Parade. I hope this afternoon to have a better list of all the participants. Those are just some of who I know that'll be participating this week, this next Tuesday. This Sunday's parade is the Greenwood City Parade. So, and that one has a red, white, and blue theme. I gotta say, I've seen some veterans-inspired trees that have been done, and they are just gorgeous in that red, white, and blue theme. So, get your thinking caps on. Of course, if you just want to come to the parade and don't want to be marching to get judged for the parade, that's fine. But that will be 2 o'clock, as it always is, uptown Greenwood. They'll start down by First Main Street Baptist Church. They'll come up to, and I guess they're going to turn down and go into where Hampton Place Shopping Center, where Eggs Up Grill is. So that is always a good one. Then after the parade, you must come to the Veterans Center, where we're going to have the lighting of the Christmas tree right there at the Veterans Center. They also have a scroll, and they would love for you to participate in purchasing a light on the tree for a veteran you would like to remember. So let's go ahead and we'll play that ad for you so you can get all the details. Love for you to get in on this and make the scroll go on forever. Their name is posted for a year. It is your choice of at least $5, but any amount above $5 would be greatly appreciated, and it helps fund their programs. Take a listen. It's the lighting of the Veterans Center Christmas tree ceremony on December 7th after the Christmas parade at 4 p.m. at the Veterans Center. If you make a donation of at least $5, there will be a light placed on the Christmas tree at the Veterans Center in the veteran's name. These donations support programs throughout the year at the Veterans Center, including supporting the food pantry for homeless veterans. A scroll with the veteran's name will be posted at the Veterans Center. Mail your check to P.O. Box 1024, Greenwood, South Carolina, 29648, or just stop by the Veterans Center. For questions, call 864-450-5268. Don't miss this meaningful and fun ceremony, Sunday, December 7th at 4 p.m. after the parade. Oh, that's right. So that is what is going on this Sunday, uptown Greenwood, the parade. Of course, part of this main street there will be closed off, so keep that in mind. If you're trying to go around, you're going to have to go around. Although, I guess, is one side or do they close the whole street? Anyways, be careful if you're up there uptown. Well, there's a lot to talk about, as there always is. And I don't know about you, but do you think they're telling the truth that, 94% of the people have a real ID and only 6% don't have the real ID? So that's why they're putting the squeeze on people to have to pay $45. They figure they can force you into doing it without forcing you to do it. I mean, if you want to pay $45, I guess that's their position. Do you really like the direction that some of this stuff is going? Like, I'm still thinking about this from yesterday, about that $100 extra that people who are foreigners who are coming to visit our country legally, just to come and take a tourist trip and come and view some of the beauty and everything here of our country, might have to pay $100 extra to go to some of our national parks. That story still irks me. As I said yesterday, I can't believe that Donald Trump is in on this idea because he is a marketing guru and he would know that telling people, yeah, it's America first, we're going to slap $100 fee if you're a foreigner. And how do you know you're a foreigner when you walk up or you drive up to the gate to pay? Or they look at you and go, are you an American? No discount for you. You must pay an extra $100 to come in our park. And by the way, we'll be watching you. I got my eye on you. I don't know. I just think it's totally ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Now, if they had said that Americans with a U.S. driver's license got a discount, then I might say, okay, so that's the America first. We get a little bit of a discount. But to charge foreigners $100, I'm sorry, I'm still on that. Anyways, but that's just me. I get kind of stuck on stuff sometimes. All right, other things going on. We played the Swinging Medallions. That's their new song, Tangled Up With You. That's another good one. But what else? I had a quote here for you today. I don't know. When I see signs coming in this way to me, I think sometimes I have to go, what's going on here? And let's see if I can find it, because I was reading yesterday, came across this one, and it was another winner. This one is by, yes, here we go. Here you go, I got it. Let me click on this. 864-332-9355. That is the new line. Of course, the legacy line still works. 864-229-7984. Here we go. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, a transformative leader, dedicated his life to fighting apartheid and promoting equality. After 27 years in prison, he emerged with a message of forgiveness and unity, becoming South Africa's first black president. His philosophy, reflected in his quote, emphasizes that life's significance is measured by the positive difference made in other lives, urging intentional action and service. So today's quote: what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. I'm going to read that again because it's deep. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. And then they go on to describe it, and it says, underscores a profound truth regarding the essential purpose and inherent value of our existence. Nelson Mandela, in his wisdom, reminds us that merely living life day by day is insufficient. What truly shapes a life filled with meaning and purpose is the positive impact we create and leave behind. I think that is so true. The things that we do make a difference in our lives, and when we are impacting others, it is a great message. And I think if you have children or grandchildren, that is a great message to pass on to them. I've seen so many kids that are involved in service and doing great projects, whether individually or as groups, and I think it really makes a difference in the life. I know that for me personally, I get a whole lot of satisfaction over some of the things that we do. It's not always about the money. It's about the satisfaction of knowing that you may have impacted a child's or an adult's or a life. I tell you this story because last week when we were doing our ME program, Music, Education, and Encouragement in the schools, I was walking around before Mac Arnold and his band, Plateful of Blues, were getting ready to perform, and I was doing my thing, talking to the students, jazzing them up, doing high fives and having fun, and this one little boy is sitting there and he says, "Do you remember me?" And I looked at him and I said, "Yes. What did we do?" And he goes, "Well, you came to High Hopes. I said, "Yes, I do. You were the boy that when I asked if anybody knew Mac Arnold's song, 'I Can Do Anything,' you jumped up and said, 'Would you like me to sing it for you?'" And he said, "Yes, I was." And I said, "Are you looking forward to singing that today with Mac?" "Yes, I am." I tell you this story because while it is small in stature, it means for over 2 years that this boy remembers the words, remembers the song, and is impacting him. And so I think it is terrific. And the very fact that he spoke up and said, "Do you remember me?" will be something that I will remember for a very, very, very long time. We just never know what things that we do impact others, do we? And that is what I think is important about life. We can impact people. We can do things. Too many times, though, we get so wound up in our own crap that we forget to look at this. So while it's an insignificant story in truth, it was impactful to me, and I wanted to share it with you here today. So And as I said, we got all this news out there going on. And you know what? Most of it just doesn't really excite me right now. Are you excited about what's happening in the news? It just seems like it is time. It is time for people to quit bitching and quit running this opposite direction and posting all this crap on Facebook and everything. I want to talk about something that is probably a little bit different. You wouldn't expect me to talk about here this morning. But I was reading an article. This is actually from the New York Post, and how we need to step back from our phones, step back from the phone. And it was talking about this woman who had written this article about ditching the phone for sober walks. When I started reading it because it said sober walks, right? That's why I started reading the article, because it caught my attention. It says, and it is very, very cool story about how we can have a lot more peace in our life. And actually the title of the article is this: Forget Fart Walks, How Phone Sober Walks Can Immediately Improve Your Well-Being. Yes, it's true. Forget fart walks, how phone sober walks can immediately improve your well-being. Well, breaking wind or on a stroll has gained a following for health perks. You might want to consider adding another element to your walking regime. I didn't know that was one, so see, I was out of the loop. I do lots of walking with Penny. Or rather, taking one away, your phone. And of course, there are a lot of people that are very addicted to their phone. So this reporter was on a mission to walk for an hour each morning without checking her phone until afterwards. Within a week, she discovered 4 major benefits and now plans to make phone sober walks a regular part of her routine. Can you believe this? This challenge was one of the healthiest things I've ever done for myself. Mondani wrote in Women's Health this week. I love the sense of structure, the waking up and walking for an hour. And this article is by, what is it by? Mackenzie Beard. So I don't know whether Mondani does that, but anyways, it says that walking for an hour each morning without checking her phone until afterwards. Within a week, she discovered 4 major benefits. Okay. And I love the sense of structure that waking up and waking for an hour provides, and even more, I enjoy feeling like my mind and body are on the same page when it comes to my emotions, the way I move, and my overall well-being. Even without ditching the phone, it's easy to see why walking helped. Of course, you burn calories, low-impact exercise, all of these type of things. Research shows walking can lower stress and anxiety. It lifts your mood, enhance your sleep, and even boost self-esteem. Well, I tell you what, I got to have really good self-esteem because I'm out there walking. Not an hour in the morning. I can't get up that early. All things that doom scrolling on your phone can directly undermine. That is so true. One of the first benefits was quieter, calmer mornings. To fit her walk in before work, she started waking up 2 hours earlier and relied on an analog alarm clock, a regular old-fashioned alarm clock, to avoid using her phone immediately upon waking. I am guilty as charged. I use my phone as an alarm clock, and then what do? I got to look at the phone and see if there's anything that I missed overnight, right? Adjusting the schedule and resisting the urge to check her phone or hit snooze was a struggle, but she began noticing the payoff within just a few days. I didn't have that sense of trepidation that I normally did when I woke up and checked my phone immediately. Instead, I ate my breakfast, took my time to get ready, and then went for my walk. When she got back, she avoided immediately looking at her phone. Oh my God, can you believe this? That would be phone withdrawal. Best of all, and instead prioritize tasks like taking a shower or reading. Best of all, I noticed the calm from having a little more structure in my mornings lasted throughout the day. That calm helped her to be more productive at home at work. After her morning walk, she found she was able to tackle tasks more effectively and efficiently and check off items that she'd been putting off for days. I was kind of shocked at how much better my mind felt, that it was clear headspace helped me get those to-do lists done in no time at all. Being more present was another major benefit. She said when she left her phone behind, she noticed her surroundings in a way she hadn't before, no longer distracted by her screen or music in her headphones. She said at first the lack of stimulation felt awkward, but she quickly found a solution in the so-called color walks, where she'd play a little game with herself like I Spy. You pick a color, you try to spot it, all this kind of stuff, to make her engaged in her environment. For the first time in a while, I felt like I was actually awake and not just a passive observer in my own life. Fully appreciating nature grounded me and filled me with a sense of calm that I hadn't felt in ages. You know, there is something to be said for that, and that actually I think makes a lot of sense. Having an opportunity to really become aware and embodied in our senses changes the neurobiology of our state of being, said this Dr. Susan Abuker, assistant professor at Harvard Medical School. It actuates the parasympathetic nervous system and kind of lets the other stuff rest. Final, the combination of being more relaxed and waking up early for her walks helped her get a solid 8 hours of shut-eye each night. So what do you think about that? 864-332-9355. Are you up for the challenge? Can you put the phone down? Can you put the phone down and go for a walk without it? I'm going to tell you what, walking with Penny, you absolutely cannot be looking at the phone and walking with Penny. Because the other thing I have to do with Penny is watch what she is putting in her mouth. And she is sure that if she keeps biting at things on the ground, pretending that she's picking up something, that I will stop whatever I am doing. So I have learned no phones while we're walking. If somebody calls me, I may answer the phone and be out just walking around, but I don't have to be looking at the phone. But I do see that some of these things could make a big difference in her life. I realize this is a little different on the show. I just needed a break from all the stuff that is out there. We're looking at all kinds of things that are happening in our lives. We got people that are concerned about what's going to happen for Christmas. Are they going to be able to buy Christmas? We have so many people that are just barely hanging on. We have job numbers that are good, but for what jobs are they good for? Well, there's a lot of people that aren't finding the type of jobs that they went to school for. Of course, maybe they choose to dumb way of doing it. So this is some of the things that I was thinking about. Let's see, what does it say? We got a message from one of my Supremo texters here this morning. Something about ICE. Let's see. GOP senator says whoever ordered the strike ought to get the hell out of D.C. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now, they're talking about, this is why I got to take a break from this. They're talking about who ordered the second strike on the boat that had been blown up, right? Had been blown up from down there in Venezuela. Then somebody ordered the second strike. Some people said it was Hegseth. Hegseth is saying no, it was It was the captain, somebody in the Navy ordered the second strike. And the only thing that I can think of, I'm going to veer off path because I can't stand it. The only thing that makes you think, how much money is he getting paid to take the fall for this, right? How much money, or is this actually truth? The bottom line is we don't know. And regardless of what they say, we don't know. And so my Supremo texter said, ICE has arrested and detained many American citizens, so it seems to me like the government is confused. It does seem like in some instances the government is confused. I look at some of the things that are happening out there, the conversations, the Trump derangement syndrome, which they're now saying is a real disease. Come on. And then there was this psychiatrist, I think that was on the show, that was saying the Biden syndrome, deranged syndrome was real. We need to get a life. We need our government to accomplish. I haven't heard one thing about them finishing up on the budget. Have you? I haven't heard one word about it in all the highlights of the news. We've got a travel ban would target countries of concern. We're going on a massive migration pause. I think the bottom line to me is all these things are good things, but the government is trying to clean up things with the massive migration issues that Biden just did by opening the doors. I understand that. But what are we doing about the budget? What are we doing about health care? Those are the things that are really on a lot of people's minds right now. December 7th is supposed to be the date that you have for, if you're on Medicare, excuse me, the date that you have to get signed up for the new plan that you want on Medicare, supplements, etc. Nobody still knows, is this plan expiring on December 31st, the Obamacare plan? Are people going to be paying huge increases just to have minimum health care? Nobody's even talking about that now. We were talking about it when we were talking about the government shutdown, but now that the government's back open, nobody's even talking about this. This is a real issue. They got a big election in Tennessee today. A potential wacko person who said she wants to be a congressperson from Nashville, Tennessee, and she says she hates The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, whatever the show is that's broadcast from there. Country music, all these things she hates, and yet they are the lifeblood of Nashville, Tennessee. And she has a real chance of winning. This is the thing that boggles my mind. How could somebody that has such a narrow focus and hates all the things that have made Tennessee very, very successful, right? And yet she has a good chance to win. This race is a toss-up, or it was yesterday. And of course, all the Republicans, President Trump, Mike Johnson, all the biggies have been in there trying to drag him across the finish line because it's what we got to work with, folks. Actually, he looks like a good candidate. I don't mean that from a negative standpoint. But the very fact that it is not cut and dried, and on top of that, Nashville is a very red state. So what is the problem? Why are we even having some of these discussions? I don't know. But the country needs to get focused. Maybe the country needs to put down their phones. Everybody in Congress, maybe maybe President Trump should have a health sober walk every morning with all the members of Congress, the Democrats, the Republicans, the Independents, put them all out there on a sober walk, walking before they go into work at the Capitol. Maybe that would make a difference. And nobody can pick up their phone, and nobody can be trying to make a headline or a point on where they're at. Maybe that would be a good thing. Something has got to give, because people just aren't taking the people's business, in my opinion, seriously. So that's what I have to say about that. There's not much else that I can affect here. I can affect things on our local community. I am excited that we are doing our toy drive, our Be the Heart of the Holidays toy drive. It is one of the things that brings me a lot of joy, to be able to work with y'all to bring in toys for children in that 4 to 11 age group, to have you drop off toys at different locations around town, then take them to the school and let the counselors divide up the toys based on what they think the children would like. The reason I like this toy drive, that is for over 300 children in both Ware Shoals and Greenwood, District 50 and District 51, is because I know that those toys are going to children who really need them. They are children, due to no fault of their own, who fall through the cracks. And they fall through the cracks because they may not have a stable home address, so they are constantly on the move. And you may go, what? That's right. One night they could be sleeping in their car. Another night they may be sleeping on a sofa. Another night they may have been put up in a hotel. It is a sad state, but more importantly than even the sad state is that it warps their brain. I mean, I'm using the word loosely, warps, but one side of the brain goes more than the other. And so this is why kids don't want to hear no. This is why kids grow into adults that can't take correction at work and this type of thing, because they're so afraid of being told they're wrong. And you may say, well, those are just things. No, but they're real things. And we have over about 300 between both schools that are in that place. So they don't qualify for a lot of help that programs that they require you to have a home and these type of things. So this is why our counselors in the schools are so valuable in helping pick out the students for this program. And this is why we try very hard to produce lots of toys, bikes, games, all these type of things, so that when a child is given these things on Christmas, that they realize that there are people out there in caring. Do you know, and I'm sure you've heard me say this before, one of the most important things for a child is safety. Having that home that they know that when they walk through the door that they are safe. And so many of our children do not have that. And so they grow up with a lot of problems, and that's actually been a reason that a lot of problems in our workforce here, because we've had children growing up on that. Now, through programs like Pathway House and other programs, we're starting to be able to chip away and make a real difference in the adults that are taking care of their children and how to deal with this, helping them get the tools that they need to be successful, and also the counseling. So Pathway House, in my opinion, has been a huge benefit to our community. So to go back to, that is why I get so impassioned about doing this toy drive. And any and all toys are appreciated. Do not wrap them, but drop them off at any of the locations here in here in our Greenwood area. And if you do that, we will just be so excited. Let me give you the list. Who do we have? Harley Funeral Home and Crematory. They actually are not have a box set up, but they are a sponsor. They are collecting toys on their own. Dairy Queen. Who else do we have? Chick-fil-A. WCRS, Eggs Up Grill, Dairy Queen, Fat Daddies, Cindy's Restaurant, the Fort Club, Dixie Drive-In, Neighbors Credit Union, Station 75 Fire Department, and more. Lee's Jewelers. The Lakelands Marines are helping us with this, so you know when the Marines are here, everything's going to be all right. So I hope that you will be able to buy a toy, whether it's a $5 toy, whether it's a soccer ball or a football or any of these things, or make a difference in a child's life. And it makes a difference because they realize that people care. So if you can help me out with this, I surely would appreciate it, and the school would sure appreciate it. So let's make this happen. We have a week left to do this. Well, we have a week and a couple of days, but we are filling up those boxes and we need your help. I know Dairy Queen is giving away a mini blizzard to anybody that drops a toy in their box over there. I know Eggs Up Grill is giving 10% off your meal. If you take a toy or toys in there, they'll give you 10% off your meal. Those are some of the ones that I know about, so make sure you're checking those out and drop by and let's let the competition. Let's fill those boxes. Let's make it happen. And by the way, if you'd like to make a monetary donation because you really don't know what the heck a kid would want, no problem. I have elves that love to shop, so help us out with that. That's just so important. To make sure that we do a toy drive that is to be rivaled here. So I want to play our Heart of the Holidays toy drive commercial so you can make sure you're listening and hear all about it. Do you know what I know? That over 300 children in school district 50 and 51, ages 4 to 11, are in jeopardy of having no toys for Christmas. Can you be the heart of the holidays? Drop some toys by December 10th at Chick-fil-A, Dairy Queen, the Museum, Fat Daddy, Polaris Gaming, Lee's Jewelers, Eggs Up Grill, the Fort Club, Cindy's, Dixie Drive-In, Station 75 Fire Department, Neighbors Credit Union, and WCRS and more. And many thanks to the Lakelands Marines for their support. Time is short, but we need all your help to supply toys by December 10th for over 300 4 to 11-year-olds in school district 50 and 51 that may not even have one toy without you. Thank you and God bless.
This holiday season, wrap up the year strong at the Greenwood YMCA. Right now, become a member and pay $0 until January. That's right, $0 to get started. At the Y, you'll find more than a gym. You'll find a supportive community, fun classes, welcoming faces, and a place where your goals truly matter. So why wait? Start your wellness journey today and step into the new year feeling stronger than ever. Join today at the Greenwood YMCA or visit lakelandsymca.org. The Y, there's no place like this place.